Hello, good afternoon guys. Welcome to MK Convenience Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to renew your passport by mail by going in person as well. Now, first thing first, this is only for renewal and there's 6 questions that need to be answered. Let's concentrate on the 5 questions over here. If you have your passport with you in your possession, that's one. Obviously, make sure it's not damaged. Make sure it was issued if you were once you were 16 years of age or older. Remember, all this is going to be basically on the requirements that you see listed, meaning that you can't be issued like it's 14 years old. Obviously, a lot of times people when they get passports, when they're younger, when they're born, they get passport. That's the reason why they're asking these questions. These 5 questions are very important. Was issued within the last 15 years? Was issued in your current name or your document you change your name? If you answer no to any of the questions, you have to go in person. So keep that in mind. The 6 questions, it's not listed over here, but make sure all the items are same. Make sure you didn't change your date of birth or anything like that. Those are the other the 6 important items that you should remember. But these are the 5 main bullet points that they ask for. To keep that in mind. If obviously any of these questions are going to be no, you have to go in person. And the person is the same as this one, but it's just a little bit different. Obviously, this is the form you have to fill out. Fill out a WS-82 form. The form is very, very easy. You could either go online and fill out the form. Doing this form filler doesn't mean that everything is going to be completed online, which I'm going to show you in a sec how to fill out the PDF form. But the form filler is like basically it's like you're typing it in. PDF is you could do this by hand as well, but it's up to you how you decide. So let's click on the PDF right now. I'll show you what the PDF one looks like. So this is the PDF. It's exactly the same as the form filler over there. A lot of people do get confused going to the form filler thinking that they're applying online. It's not really applying online. It's the same exact thing. Once you fill that part out, you go to this page and it basically gives you a printout because everything was done online. Obviously, if you're doing this by pen, you'll have to answer these questions. Obviously, for example, I could submit my most recent U.S. passport book and a passport carbon's application. Yes. Obviously, make sure all these 3 questions are yes. Again, those over there were 5, but over here they give you 6 questions as well. Make sure all these answers are yes. If no, you can't do this by mail. You have to go in person. Keep that in mind. These are some of the information and questions. If you have any questions, you can always contact them over here. Keep that in mind. Make sure everything is filled out correctly. One wrong mistakes can mean that they could bounce it back to you. These are the mailing instruction depending on where you live. Keep that in mind. Obviously, if you live in California, Florida, Illinois, New York, or Texas, keep all these different states have their routine services or expedited services. Which one? So many options. To be honest with you, keep that in mind. Whichever one does flow with you, you have to go through that as well. These are fingerprints. Depending on what are you applying for. Are you applying for a passport card as well? Are you applying for an extra book? Whatever it is, and I'll show you in a sec what I mean. These are something you should always read. Obviously, a lot of people don't read it, but it's best off to read it just in case if you know it. So this is the U.S. passport renewal and application form, also known as DS-82 form, the one I was talking about. So basically, what are you applying for? Are you applying for a passport book only, passport card? Are you applying for both? Do you want a regular book or do you want a large book, the non-standard? Because if you're going to be traveling a lot, you want the large book. If you're not going to be traveling a lot, regular book is pretty good. Again, basic pedigree information: your last name, your first, your middle initial, your date of birth, your sex, your place of birth, your social security number, your email address, your primary contact phone number, your mailing address where you get your mail, city, state, zip, country. These are all the other names you have used. If you use something else, obviously you can put that over here. If not, then leave it blank. Passport book or passport information. Let's say, for example, whatever your passport card or passport book says, write your name as the same thing. Your passport book number, your passport card number. Now, a lot of people ask, what is a passport card number? Well, passport card is a small driving license ID type of card. You see a picture on it and everything. Passport card is basically used for local travels. So let's say, for example, if you're going to travel locally, you could use a passport card to travel. They're not going to give you a problem. You don't have to have your passport on you. If you're going to be going to Hawaii or anywhere close by, passport card will work. You don't need your passport on you, which is very, very good. That's what the passport is. Make sure you write down both if you have one, write down the book number. Every passport has a serial number. Basically, you'll see it. It starts with whatever the number you start with. Keep that in mind. Issuing state, both should be the same, obviously. Keep that in mind as well. Name change information, if it does apply to you, you put it. If not, just leave it blank. This is for issuing use only, meaning that you don't write anything over here. Again, name of applicant, last name, first name, your height, your hair color, your eye color, occupation, employer or school, whatever it is. Additional contact phone number if you have another additional contact. Permanent address. You can put the same address where you live, but I don't think so. You shouldn't put anything over here. It doesn't really matter. Emergency contact, obviously their information, who it's gonna be, and that's it. It'll tell you stop. You have completed the application. Be sure to sign and date page 1. And once you do that, you're finished. Going back to this page. Hopefully, I did cover everything in this page. Basically, that's what you need. You also need a photo as well, meaning to send a picture. How many photos you need? Attach one photograph to the application to avoid processing fees. Be sure your photo meets all the photo requirement. So basically, you just need one photo. It tells you staple the photo of the application. Please use 4 staples vertically in the corner as close to the outer edges as possible. Do not bend the photo. You cannot wear eyeglasses in your passport photo unless you have signed note. Basically, if you there's some requirements to taking a photo. I'll tell you that in another video, but as of now, I just want to go over basic application. Mail completed application. Obviously, it tells you wherever you're going to, like I explained that before. I'm not sure where you're going to be sending the paperwork to, so keep that in mind. You look through this and wherever you live, because I can't talk for everyone in the United States. Every person lives different places, so I can't really help you with that part. So you have to read this on your own. And obviously, you can always track your application with a tracking status. These are some fact questions over here, so keep that in mind. If you do have any questions, you can always look at the fact questions. If not, then there was numbers listed in this before. And basically that's it. That's how you renew your passport. Now, usually, if you are gonna go in person, you only go in person for 1 or 2 ways. Obviously, like I said again, if you answered those 6 questions in the form, any of the answers no, then you gotta go in person. Or if you're applying for the passport first time, you always have to apply in person. What you usually do is whenever you renew it, you have to send your old passport as well. You send your old passport, you mail it in. With all the required documents, then they'll send you your new passport by mail, and then you'll get your old passport as well afterwards, but a separate mail. So that's how you do it. The fees. One moment, I wanted to show you about the fees. Now, remember, if you're applying for the passport book only, it's $110 because it's gonna be all by check. You're gonna send a check, so keep that in mind. If you're applying for both, which I highly recommend, passport book and card, is $140. So as you can see, it's not that big difference. I rather apply for both to get both things in my mail. At least I have something on me. It's not that big difference. You might, if you're gonna be doing local travels a lot, I'd rather have you have the passport card as well. Why use the book? Otherwise, that's how you do this. It's simple. Hopefully, I explained to you. If you do use the form filler, I'll show you to you right now how it works. Go to the form filler. You'll go to this website. Travel. It's the same thing. It's a travel.state. Just click on this. You click submit, and then it'll tell you complete online and print, report lost or stolen, check status. You could use this as well. It's very, very effective. Obviously, if you lost your passport, stolen, whatever it is, you can submit over here. But we're not doing that. That's for another video. Complete online and print for the first time. You click submit. Then you see all this information. You'll have to fill it out. Obviously, your first name, middle, last name, suffix, date of birth, all this information you will have to fill out, and then you click next. Obviously, I can't go next because I didn't fill out, but that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you fill out the form. It's the same exact thing what I showed you before in the PDF form. Some people are comfortable going to the computer and filling it out. Some people are comfortable using the form. Whatever works for you, that's what you're going to do. Besides that, that's about it. Hopefully, I showed you guys how to fill out these things correctly. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best on my part to help you as much as I can. Clarify any confusion you guys have. A lot of people don't know how to fill it out, and hopefully I did help you guys, to how to fill out the passport renewal application. Thank you again, guys, for watching my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.